In this second part of our video of the teachings of Napoleon Hill regarding the semen-retention, we would like to take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to you. Continuing our examination of Hill's well-known book, Think and Grow Rich, we will be focusing specifically on semen retention. This would allow us to build upon the concepts that were discussed in the previous part of this series. We delve deeper into the profoundly transformative consequences that sex transmutation has on the development and accomplishments of persons for themselves. Connection between age and achievement. The observations made by Napoleon Hill, which were obtained from the analysis of more than 25,000 individuals, reveal a startling pattern. Outstanding performance typically eludes individuals before the age of 40, and true potential is rarely achieved until a significant amount of time after the age of 50. This unique phenomenon serves as a core component, and it was Hill's initial inquiry into the art of sex transmutation that led to its discovery. Transformation of sexuality and the dissipation of energy. A crucial factor that Hill acknowledges as a barrier to early achievement is the tendency to waste energy by overindulging in the physical manifestation of the feeling of sex. He argues for a more in-depth inquiry into the variables that contribute to this inclination, by claiming that the majority of people continue to be uninformed of the larger possibilities and bigger potentials that are inherent in the need to have sexual encounters. He also wants to know more about the factors that contribute to this inclination. Hill believes that the want to express one's sexuality is the most powerful and driving of all the feelings that humans experience. He says this because it is the most personal. On the other hand, he suggests that by harnessing erotic energy and transforming it into actions that transcend beyond basic physical expression, it is possible for humans to achieve the level of genius that they are capable of. This approach presents a paradigm shift that is necessary in order to appreciate the multifaceted nature of sexual energy and the transformative power that it holds. Examples from real-world experiences. Hill uses examples from real life to illustrate the transformative potential of sex energy. These examples are of successful people who attribute their creative accomplishments to the influence of a romantic relationship. Hill includes these examples in order to demonstrate the power of sex energy. The aforementioned examples illustrate the magnetic presence of a beloved, which inspires individuals to achieve levels of creativity that were before unimaginable within their own minds. The aforementioned examples shed light on the considerable impact that sexual energy may have on a range of aspects of life that extend beyond the realm of romantic relationships through the use of examples. Stimulants of the mind. Hill delves into the intricate concept of mental stimulants, highlighting the paramount position of sex energy as the most potent among all human emotions. In his comprehensive exploration of the myriad channels available for converting this formidable energy, he underscores the pivotal roles played by the seemingly subtle yet profoundly influential elements such as the handshake, tone of voice, posture, and carriage of the body. According to Hill, these elements collectively contribute significantly to the expression and transmission of the powerful force that is sex energy. Furthermore, Hill proposes that mastering these strategies holds the potential to make a substantial impact on channeling energy towards creative pursuits. He contends that these tactics are particularly relevant to the intricate process of retaining sperm, suggesting a connection between the deliberate utilization of these nonverbal cues and the effective redirection of energy for the achievement of creative goals. In essence, Hill posits that understanding and harnessing the nuances of these channels can lead to a more intentional and purposeful utilization of sex energy in the pursuit of creative endeavors. Transformation of the sexuality. Although Hill acknowledges that many people transmute their sexual energy without even being aware of it, he stresses that the intentional practice of sex transmutation involves a large amount of willpower. This is despite the fact that Hill acknowledges that many people transmute their sexual energy. Those that are successful in partaking in this activity frequently do so without having a comprehensive comprehension of the process. This is a common occurrence. According to Hill's perspective, the return for learning this approach is substantial and has the potential to lead to amazing successes. Hill believes that this technique has the potential to lead to remarkable feats. This thought is in line with the concepts of semen-retention, which highlight the role of willpower in the process of channeling sexual energy For the aim of advancing one's personal, this concept is congruent with these ideas. Having a highly sexed nature is not a curse, but rather a virtue when it is exploited intelligently and selectively. Hill makes this assertion to support his position. The purpose of this assertion is to correct a widespread misunderstanding by establishing parallels between intemperance in sexual practices and other forms of intemperance. The author highlights the need of maintaining a balanced and suitable attitude to the utilization of sexual energy. This idea is emphasized by the author. The practice of semen retention, which argues for intentional and disciplined approach to the process of harnessing sexual energy, is congruent with this worldview. Semen retention practice advocates for that approach. Influence of ignorance on the process of sexual transmutation. Hill makes the point that information regarding the subject of sex transmutation has not been conveniently available to the general public. It is the oversight of lawmakers and the majority of physicians that is responsible for this knowledge gap. He underlines that a lack of understanding on this subject, which is of the utmost importance, may be a barrier to creative attempts and accomplishments. Hill expresses sorrow over the widespread lack of comprehension, particularly in this day and age when knowledge on the subject ought to be easily accessible to a large number of people. It is especially important to keep this in mind when it comes to the process of semen retention, which requires cognition and awareness in order to be carried out in an effective manner. Differences in sexuality and the age of productivity. Hill continues his inquiry by looking into the ages at which people reach their highest levels of creative achievement. It is his view that the years between the ages of 40 and 60 are typically the most productive. He makes this observation at the beginning of the sentence. Hill highlights the significance of obtaining the art of sex transmutation during this particular historical period by offering examples of successful figures such as Andrew Carnegie and James J. Hill. He notes that these individuals were successful in their respective fields. Both Carnegie and Hill are noteworthy instances of persons who have achieved achievement. It is congruent with the principles of semen retention, which claim that making conscious efforts to preserve energy can contribute to enhanced levels of creativity and productivity during this phase of life. This timetable is consistent with these concepts. That love and emotions. He asserts that the combination of the sensations that are connected with love and sex leads to a sense of tranquility of purpose, composure, precision of judgment, and balance. Hill investigates the function that love and emotions have in the creative process, and he asserts that this combination leads to a sense of the creative process. When it comes to the relevance of understanding the spiritual side of love and properly comprehending the contrast between the sentiments of love and those of libido, he places a significant focus on the importance of both of these things. In accordance with Hill's teachings on the transformative power of love and sex energy, there is a strong association between the practices of conserving sperm and enhanced emotional intelligence and equilibrium. This is in line with the fact that there is a high correlation there. A significant part of Hill's teachings is the everlasting impact that love has on the nature of the human soul. This is one of the most profound aspects of Hill's teachings. The ability of love to minimize the impact of the tensions and annoyances that are a part of life is something that he urges people to notice. He also encourages people to acknowledge the positive effects that love has. In order to draw the conversation to a close, he emphasizes the spiritual nature of love and the significant influence that it has on the lives of people. It is conceivable to regard the eternal impact of love as a motivating factor for individuals who engage in the practice of consciously preserving energy. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.